What's up guys, D29 back with you again, and we are here for the next recap edition of the GBA, up to round 8 now people, and I am joined as always by AdamTheBeesKnees.
Hello.
Alright ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking into the business end of this tournament. There are many teams that are still vying for those top few spots, and we're going to kick things off with Charles of the Jubilife Jump-Ups up against John of the Frederick Talonflames. I guess I'm taking this commentary, so let's kick it off right now. Alright, so we got Jolteon in against Tyranitar, which goes for a U-turn, so something tells me that's not a Tyranitar.
I don't know. I've always thought Tyranitars can U-turn.
So Cofagrigus comes in as Gliscor, goes for a freaking Agility, and then goes for an SD. So shit was getting real. We thought it was like all over. He goes for another SD. Cofagrigus just keeps on setting up. He goes for the Baton Pass out to Charizard. And we're like, okay, it's over. Like Charizard just wins right now. Charizard Mega Evolves, files off the EQ. Cofagrigus reveals Red Card. And just blows back. Also took that freaking Earthquake like a champion.
Yeah.
Anyway, Charles goes out to a Moongus. That's going to be met by a Shadow Ball from Cofagrigus. This Cofagrigus is putting in the finest of work. Pain splits on the Jolteon, which doesn't really work out too well for him, but he's going to double out to Snorlax to be able to take the T-Ball coming in, because that's an AV Snorlax right there. He pursuits the Jolteon before he can switch out. Don't know why he didn't go for Volt Switch to switch out, but I think he was Specs. So, going to try and D-Dance now. And
no point.
No point, because Return is going to bop him. He starts to go out to the real Tyranitar now, and Facade is going to do a clean nothing.
Look
Starts
at that
to go back
Facade.
out to Jolteon. For some reason, allowing T-Dot to get a free D-Dance as Jolteon will go down to Sandstorm, so that wasn't really Charles' best play. And now Charles doesn't really have anything for Tyranitar. Unfortunately,
Vertigon is here.
I know, god damn it. Fortunately, he misses the first Stone Edge, but he is able to connect with the second one to take down the Togekiss. And now Gliscor is not going to be able to live this Ice Punch either, because that's an offensive Gliscor.
Look at John coming through.
The Ice Punch is going to connect onto a Moongus. There's no effect spore there, so Moongus is going to go down. And then Charizard is going to get bopped as well by a Stone Edge. So John, after Charles had been doing so much good work in this GBA, coming up with some really good wins, gets blown back 6-0 by John and the red card Cofagrigus. So that
Good
was
old John.
that was kind of crazy when it happened. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, we're going to move on to the next battle. Okay, we are back with the next battle. It is Adam's turn. He is, of course, the Kansas Cocooners up against Frank of the San Francisco Volcaronas, I think, this time around. Adam, we're going to kick this thing on up in 3, 2, 1.
So, I lead off. Okay, so this is kind of how. So, Jolteon died and got a Mega Evolution off, and he killed me with Pursuit. Long story, we're back to my. So, this all starts to set up. I go to the Stable. Shadow Ball. I Mega Evolve. The Volt Switch hurts like a little bitch. Out to Diancie. I Calm Mind. I know I can't take a Dazzling Gleam, so I'm going to go back out into thrift shopping. So he goes for the Moonblast. I eat it like a champion. I go for the Recover. At this point, I don't want to take a Toxic, so I go into Sableye. Unfortunately, taking some damage from the knockoff, and the Scald gets so close. If he burned, Frank would have been in a great position, but unfortunately, I get back to full health. I stay in, knowing that he's going to double switch, so I make the good play in the Will-O-Wisp into Dugtrio, so that threat's gone. So I stay in and just go for the Shadow Ball here, doing abysmal damage. He gets the Scald. He doesn't get the burn, so I'm just going to start setting up on him. I know at any point Diancie can come back and ruin all my plans, so I got to take this very carefully. I Shadow Ball there, predicting Diancie to come. It doesn't come, so he's just going to keep scalding while I go for the Recover, along with a couple Calm Minds. Out pops the Diancie. I know I can take one, and I count and saw, so I'm going to fire off a Shadow Ball, doing clean damage to that Diancie. So I'm going to go back into thrift shopping, eat up the Moonblast, and I'm just going to fire off the Thunderbolt. Unfortunately, he predicts that and goes into Dugtrio. This was stupid. Frank didn't realize Porygon 2 has Trace, so he kind of accused me of heresy here. As you see, he tried to toxic me twice, and I was able to take the trio out. Out goes the Crocodile, so I'm just going to go back into Hita Fahita, poorly spelled. So I take...
I don't know what's going on with the internet, but I can't hear Adam anymore. I don't know you guys, but you may have lost him. I don't know. Hopefully he comes back soon. No, trying to get him back now. Continuing with the recording though. Frank is able to scold off on the Garchomp. Hasn't got a single burn or battle with a scold, which is unfortunate for Frank because that would have been nice. Garchomp's EQ is going to do G-Act shit to Chesnaught right now. As now, he's going to go into Tentacruel with the balloon, God knows why, but Frank reveals Dragon Claw on Chesnaught, which is kind of a nice tech, I suppose, for Garchomp. Gets back at the zone, because he can probably take a Scold to the face pretty nicely. And then gets no burn, which is great, fires off the boss, which doesn't kill, which kind of sucks, but he can go freely now into Krook and basically get a kill if he wants it. Frank decides to sack off his, whatchamacallit there. I was pretty surprised by that. He decides to not stay in with Krook and go for those EQs, but it does seem like this is more of a specially defensive Porygon too, by the way it was taking the hits before, so I was kind of surprised that he chose to do it this way. Finally gets the knockoff going with Empoleon. This is where we thought like Frank is definitely just coming through right now. It goes to the Ice Beam P2, which was a bad play, then gets poisoned by Empoleon, so Frank's looking really strong right now against this Empoleon, as now the rocks are up as well, so you know Frank is just coming right in right now. Thrift Shopping will be able to now kill Empoleon, but at this rate, it's looking like he's in range of a superpower from the Crocodile. Being smart, Adam's going to go straight out to Tentacruel here, as Frank's going to decide to lock himself into Earthquake. Here's where I think Frank almost, like, he makes a good play going into Zone first, as he knows now that the Garchomp's locked in, as he's going to decide to sack off his Porygon 2 here to the Moonblast, so he can get the switch back into his Garchomp, which, as you will see now, is Choice Scarfed. And now he can go into Chesnaught to be able to take this thing on, as Adam does still have the Heat Train in the back though. Frank is going to Leech Seed. If he had clicked like Drain Punch there and killed that thing, this battle could have gone differently. Or if he'd switched out to Crocodile, because Chesnaught, which was basically his win condition, got weakened there. And that was freaking huge for this battle, guys, that Chesnaught got weakened there. If Chesnaught didn't get weakened, Frank had a chance. EQ crits, which may have been a roll, I'm not sure, depending on the kind, as Knockoff is not going to be able to kill this Garchomp, as the Garchomp is actually adamant as well, which sucks for Frank, as Adam's going to just pick up the victory. So unfortunately for Frank, probably the misplay there that mattered the most in my eyes was that on the Flamethrower from Heatran, he should have probably doubled into his Crocodile at that point to take it, because Heatran was weakened to the point where Crocodile could then just kill it straight afterwards, and then be able to pick up the victory. Adam's going to join back in now. You're back.
What happened?
Your internet crashed.
Oh.
The record.
I finished all over again.
I finished off the commentary, so we're all good. It was a close battle, though. It was good.
Oh, okay. You did finish.
Yeah, you're sounding really glitchy as well when you come back in.
So,
anyway, we're going to move on to the next one, guys. Alright, guys, we are back with the final battle of this round. This is because the battle between Jack and Tom, which Jack ended up winning, the replay wasn't actually saved and put into the replay chat that we have, and so we weren't able to find it. So, we know that Jack did win that one 6-0, but we unfortunately don't have the replay to show you. So we're here with the final match of this round, which was myself, the Blackthorn Bishops, up against Will of the relatively Superiors, both kind of mid-card table teams looking to get some big wins, so I'm going to take you through this one. So I lead out with Katrina, my Tornadus, as he leads out with his, whatchamacallit? Selgor. I'm Scar, so I go for the U-turn straight out to Blissey, because I know I can wall the shit out of this thing all day. He goes for Toxic. I couldn't care less. Free rocks for me, to be honest. I have Natural Cure, so No need to worry. He just has to go to Infernape here, which was really surprising. I just wish up because at this point I can just switch out and deal with whatever. So I go straight back out to Tornadus, predicting him to want to go for the close combat so I can eat it. He decides instead to U-turn back out to his Zapdos as I get my wish to come true, so not much has really happened in these first few turns. He makes a really weird play into Infernape Heroes. I lose nothing from going for U-turn. I don't know what he was predicting there, but I get the free switch into Rotom, realize he doesn't have anything for Volt Switch, so I decide to fire one off, and I get clean damage on his Aselgor. I go back out to Tornadus T, and I go straight for the knockoff, predicting Zapdos to come in, but he decides just to sack it off. As he goes straight into his Bisharp now, obviously don't want to deal with that, so I got these nuts to take that hit. I was max HP, max defense with the Assault Vest, so I was eating that. I predict him to go out to Zapdos and double into Rotom, and then double again into Blissey as he went for the Roost, just so then I can get off another Wish, as he will go into his Pinsir here. And so I'm able to fire off the Wish. I'm like, okay, Pinsir, bring it on. What have you got? I got Rotom in the back, so, you know, you got nothing on me. He Mega Evolves, goes to the SD. This is a little bit spooky, but I knew Rotom could eat up the X-Scissor, as for some reason with X-Scissor, close combat wouldn't have killed me either, guys, I don't believe, since it wasn't stab, and Rotom was packing good bulk. Yeah. So I'm able to fire off the HP fighting here on the Bisharp. I was running Colbur Berry Latios for that shit. I ended up missing a Draco here, which kind of sucked, as he is going to T-Wave me. I decided to double back into Blissey, because I can just Heal Bell if I need to, as he reveals the Ice Beam. So Blissey can just Heal Bell my Latios back, as I'm going to choose to Wish instead, as for some reason he goes for T-Wave. It doesn't really change anything, so I don't know why he did that, because he's going to double now into his Zapdos, but I can just double into Rotom, get that clean Wish all the way back up, as he's going to T-Volt. It's going to do nothing. I'm going to Volt Switch, and he's going to do jack shit, which I was surprised by, because I believe I was running like Choice Specs Rotom this time around, so I was surprised I was doing that little. But I can basically just stall out a Zapdos. Zapdos is going to try and make some plays. I can Heal Bell, kill my entire team, not even giving a shit. He goes out to Infernape Heroes. I'm like, well, I'm just going to Wish again. I don't really lose anything from this. I'm going to fire it back out to Rotom. Close combat will not do enough to kill me. I can literally just gobble those up, get full health back from Blissey's Wish, eat up another close combat, and now I can fire off the Volt Switch that will kill the Infernape. So wife's job, putting in the finest of work, as now I can go back out to my Tornadus. At this point, I can't really do much to his Zapdos, but it does give me the free switch into my Mega Latias. I didn't expect the Toxic here, but it's a really good play from him, as I was hoping he didn't do that. I'm going to Mega Evolve and start to fire up the Calm Minds, because I'm like, you know what, all I got to do is just get rid of his Zapdos, and I win with Rotom anyway. But he actually decides to... I don't know. I decide... just keep on setting up, even though I'm losing damage with Toxic. I probably could have gone out at any point here to Blissey, preserved my Latias, so I was like, I don't care. Like, Ice Beam's doing jack shit. The thing that was really killing me was the poison, as you can see. I decided to fire off a Recover, as he'll go for a Slack Off, predicting me to want to attack him. But that's not going to be the case, as now I'm going to actually go for a Stored Power, predicting him not to want to heal himself, as he does go for the Ice Beam. So I sack off my Latias to basically confirm game at this point, because I can go straight into Rotom and just start spamming Specs T-Bolt on his Pokemon, as I don't know how much the crit mattered right there on Zapdos. I'm actually not too sure. I was defensive Choice Specs.
I mean, Blissey could have walled this point.
Yeah, basically at that point it was all over. So I pick up a nice 5-0 victory. Probably could have made it 6-0, but we're not really playing on differential, so I didn't really care. So that's going to close out round 8, guys. A lot of front runners still doing their job, and a lot of people in the mid card just trying to catch up to them. But anyway, we're going to be back with round 9 pretty soon, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you give us lots of comments and subscribe, not only to PokePals World, but to our channels as well, which will hopefully be in the description. Any closing comments, Adam?
Blissey is disgusting.
So is your mum, but we still love her. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great time. It's Video 29, and AdamTheBeesKnees, signing out.